Welcome friends. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the income rental potential of the shacks of the lands between. There are about a dozen of these shacks in the lands between, and they all have their own name. For example, there's the Shack of the Rotting, the Corpse Stench Shack, Stormhill Shack, Warmaster's Shack, Revenger's Shack, Gowry's Shack, Craftsman's Shack, and so forth. Whatever their name may be, they are all basically of the same design, with little to no variation to speak of between them. They're just sad little structures that barely provide cover from the rain. So it's easy to think of these rundown, dilapidated structures as having no intrinsic real estate value. But that's where you would be wrong, my friend. In this video, we're going to give these shacks a closer look to discover the rental income bonanza that awaits you. Take the Craftsman's Shack, for example. To the average tarnished, these structures are just worthless pieces of rotting timber that can hardly be called proper homes. But you, my sophisticated investor, you look at this depressing pile of shit and see potential. You see rental income gold. With some runes and a good contractor, you can transform this nightmare into this magnificent money-making property. Slap some fancy name on it, like Craftsman's Estates, for example. And now, you are a rich landlord living off the high rents you'll be able to charge to live here. And the Hermit's Shack, just down the road. What a dump. But you can develop and transform it into the rich man's shack instead. And you'll be the true rich man from the profits you'll earn from the rent. Even the shitty isolated merchant's shack in Elden has huge rental income potential. This shack is located in what is essentially the New Jersey of the lands between. The entire area is a toxic wasteland of rot and misery. And there are several of those savage dog-like beasts roaming about. But people gotta live somewhere. And this is where, with a little imagination, you can transform this property into rental apartments after bringing the buildings up to code and upgrading the electricity grid. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank each month to deposit all the runes you're going to rake in from the rents. And the beauty is, you can raise them anytime you want. And you classy it up by naming it the Shacks of Kaled Heights. Anything with heights always sounds classier. And speaking of heights, our next shack is located way up there in the mountaintop of the Giants. That's right, I'm talking about the Shack of the Lofty. At first glance, it looks like your standard issue shack with some barrels, wagons, a pile of junk out front, a few of those devil vampire bats flapping about, feeding on dead soldiers. But this property has almost unlimited potential. There's even a spirit spring located nearby for quick access to the local merchant or to just soak in the view of this wonderful property. With some minor upgrades and imagination, you can convert the rundown structure into a cozy, romantic Airbnb rental property and charge premium runes for those city slickers looking to get away from the hustle and bustle of capital city. But if you really wanted to maximize the income potential of this property, you might want to build a retro 1950s style hamburger drive-in restaurant where all the cool kids hang out in the hot rods. I'm telling you, my friend, the long-term rental income potential here is literally unlimited. And what better place to develop properties and rake in the runes than in the nicer, greener suburbs of Limgrave? I'm talking about the Artist's Shack, famous for the tarnished painter Luis Ramon Medina, who once used the property as his studio. It's patrolled by a fierce lightning knight in golden armor, and there's a pack of wolves back over there. But this property is ideal for development for housing the lands between's growing middle classes and their families. I can envision single-family mini-mac mansions designed to blend in with the landscape and retain the traditional look of the lands between before the shattering. Or perhaps build multifamily condos in a Louisiana bayou plantation style. Or perhaps develop a more modern, contemporary high-rise with all the latest appliances and gizmos. I'd call it the Artist's Lofts of Limgrave. You can fill it up with, those artsy-fartsy creative types, influencers, fans-only models, or whoever can afford the sky-high rents you're going to charge as the owner. And make no mistake about it, getting rich by owning rental properties and charging sky-high and unreasonable rents is the fastest and surest way to achieve wealth and financial independence for you and your ungrateful children. So if you're interested in investing in these or the other shacks in the Greater Lands Between region, come see us at Lands Between Realty, located at Sir Gideon, off near the All-Knowing's former office at the Round Table Hold. And if you're wondering what happened to Sir Gideon of Near, well, I killed him so I could turn his office into my real estate headquarters. Well, that's all she wrote, friends. Thanks for watching. Give me a call when you're ready to earn serious runes in the rental property game. And remember, with runes and imagination, you too can turn any shack into rental income gold.
Where the